Trump makes major announcement about Bill O'Reilly. Fox News has been dealing with some pretty hard-hitting scandals lately. First, Roger Ailes was forced out as head of the company when it was found he sexually harassed women at the network. Now they let go of Bill O'Reilly after it wasn't alleged and found that he too sexually harassed dozens of women in the workforce. Ultimately, the Murdoch brothers fired him, but it was not long before President Trump defended him to the mainstream liberal media. In an interview conducted at the White House, the president said the following about Bill O'Reilly. "He's a person I know well, he is a good person. I think he shouldn't have settled, personally, I think he shouldn't have settled. Because you should have taken it all the way. I don't think Bill did anything wrong." It seems that even if the former anchor has lost all friends and colleagues, he certainly has one in the president. Likely because the president understands what it is like to have sexual harassment charges levied against him. He himself has had to settle out of court on another occasion as well. The name of O'Reilly's former show has already been changed on the screen, and he has already been replaced with another former colleague who will be filling in for him. The Hollywood Reporter also reported that despite all this controversy, O'Reilly will still be conducting his The Spin Stops Here tour. However, he might find it difficult since many of the arenas he is booked to do shows at are being pressured from outside sources to cancel on him because of the sexual harassment claims. The first two shows of his tour are sold out, and they begin on June 17 in New York City, New York. O'Reilly will be working alongside comedians Dennis Miller and Jesse Waters. The events were formerly very popular and even fetched $65 for standard tickets on Ticketmaster, while VIP ticketed seats are going for $500. Part of his tour includes the Night Theater at Westbury in New York, as well as Tampa, Florida, Baltimore, Maryland, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Anaheim, California. A liberal petition company is now working to ensure he is not able to complete his tour. The for-profit Care2 spearheads petitions for progressive and liberal causes. Now their petition to ask venues to cancel on O'Reilly has garnered over 22,000 responses. The website also claims responsibility for being instrumental in getting Jenny Craig to pull their advertisements from O'Reilly's program after they gave them a 30,000-person signed petition. The removal of O'Reilly also led to an advertising exodus and consumer backlash. When O'Reilly left despite having so much advertising pulled, he was given a $25 million payout. Mercedes-Benz and Aleve were among the advertisers who left, and by the end, only 10 advertisers remained. Likely because they are incredibly aware of how consumers negatively react to bad press like this, which ultimately will result in lost revenue and capital share. One Mercedes-Benz spokesman said, "The allegations are disturbing. Given the importance of women in every aspect of our business, we don't feel this is a good environment in which to advertise our products right now." Just last week, the president ironically named April 2017 National Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. Yet he and several Fox News officials, including Bill O'Reilly, have been marred by sexual harassment allegations that have permeated their political and media careers. The president also defended Roger Ailes, insisting he felt that he was innocent based on evidence he said he read. O'Reilly's book publisher has refused to give a comment on the matter. While 21st Century Fox, Fox News' parent company, is in hot water for the financial payment they have made to victims of O'Reilly's harassment over the years that was previously unknown. It seems that Fox News is having a bit of a crisis when it comes to the character of the people they place in the highest positions in their network. Their persona has taken quite a hit. But they will no doubt bounce back, and well, as they always do. However, if they want to stand the test of time, they will have to do some immense changing if they want to remain at the top. Trump's pick for Army Secretary has some unbelievably epic quotes. President Donald Trump's pick for Army Secretary is taking some heat this week as liberals around the country are trying to stir up outrage about his so-called ultra-conservative views on Middle East refugees and transgender rights. By any measure, Tennessee State Senator Mark Green has markedly different views from the Obama administration's last Army Secretary, Eric Fanning, the first openly gay man to hold the post. If confirmed, Green's policy decisions would be a direct reflection of his conservative views. And those views are bringing a storm of liberal criticism in Green's direction, as the conservative Washington Examiner, the liberal Huffington Post, and other news outlets reported this week. The controversy stems from comments Green made to an online radio show last year about government being pressured to allow transgender people to use whatever bathroom they choose. Green said state governments can decide that issue individually. His reasoning is simple: to protect women and children from sexual predators who would abuse the laws. There are 300,000 rapes in the United States every year, Green stated, according to Examiner. To think that some young guy isn't he going to take advantage of the system where we going to allow guys to go into the bathroom? The women's bathroom? To think that it's not going to happen is just ridiculous. Green is a West Point graduate and former Army lieutenant colonel as well as a physician, and his beliefs are rooted in his Christian faith as well as his careers in medicine and the military. His beliefs are reportedly what the op-ed site Slate, another liberal bastion, believes that make him a dangerous figure. Citing the Bible's Romans 13, Green says that while it is the duty of citizens to submit to government laws, it is also the responsibility of the government to protect those citizens who do right and crush evil when it exists. The government exists to honor those people who live honorably, who do good things, to reward people who behave well, and to crush evil, he said, according to the Examiner. So that means as a state senator, my responsibility very clearly in Romans 13, is to create an environment where people who do right are rewarded and the people who do wrong are crushed. Evil is crushed. He intends to crush evil by opposing transgender rights and blocking Syrian refugees who pose a threat to American national security. I am going to protect women in their bathrooms, and I am going to protect our state against potential infiltration from the Syrian ISIS people in the refugee program, Green said. In reality, the joke, in this case, is on the liberal community. Obviously, the liberal Huffington Post considers Green's comments to be disqualifying, but that thinking is completely misdirected. While it is true that Green opposes transgender rights, he doesn't oppose them because he thinks transgenders are necessarily evil people. Green opposes the measures because there are evil people who will take advantage of these laws and victimize thousands of women and children. Green's statements have completely honorable justifications. As for his opposition to Syrian refugees and others from the region, this too is completely justified. The governments of the United States and the rest of the Western world are in a precarious position as they grapple with how to best preserve the security of their people while maintaining a welcoming mentality to those seeking asylum from oppression. Once again, while this gentleman is being excoriated for completely justifiable statements, the liberal community is taking what they want to hear and running with it. In reality, Mark Green is exactly the remedy for all that is wrong with America's military leadership. Share this on Facebook and Twitter to show your support for this much-needed voice in military leadership. What do you think of Trump's choice for Army Secretary? Scroll down to comment below. Finally, New York Times editor makes painful 3-word Trump confession. Poor research and inaccurate statements are all too known to reporters on the left. The New York Times, a liberal media outlet, took accountability for its defective reporting the other day. Times reporter, Jason Stallman, stated I'm an idiot in efforts to redeem himself from his careless news story. Via IJR. Stallman shared photos that made it look like the turnout for Donald Trump's Super Bowl victory event was less popular than Barack Obama's. The Twitter account of the New England Patriots posted various pictures that proved Stallman's report to be false. After proof was provided, the faulty New York Times reporter came clean about his mistake. In addition to admitting he was an idiot, he also said bad tweet by me. Terrible tweet. I wish I could say it's complicated, but no, this one is pretty straightforward. I'm an idiot. It was my idea, it was my execution, it was my blunder. I made a decision in about 4 minutes that clearly warranted much more time. Once we learned more, we tried to fix everything as much as possible, as swiftly as possible, and as transparently as possible. Of course, At that point the damage was done. I just needed to own it. You're right, Jason. You're an idiot. Along with your fellow fake news reporters at the New York Times. You've been found out, and have taken accountability for your actions. There is nothing virtuous in this. People are praising the reporter by acknowledging his attempt to take accountability for his actions. Why should we praise a reporter for doing what he is expected to do? This is what he should be doing. He was wrong, and now he should be fired. This isn't the first time the left have used crowd sizes to demean Donald Trump. This story was intentional. They just weren't expecting to be called out on it, but in the Trump era, reporters cannot get away with their lies. Patriots owner Robert Kraft and coach Bill Belichick are known Trump supporters. Tom Brady was also spotted at one point wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Clearly, the New England Patriots are a team that don't hide their support for Trump. Via Washington Post. The New York Times knows this, and that's exactly why they created the story. It's no secret that the Times enjoys ripping apart Republicans. They're not really known for anything else these days. The Patriots quickly defended Trump, and the turnout on the White House lawn that day. Nearly as many people showed up to meet with Trump as did Obama. The difference was a measly 2 Patriots. The pictures prove that this story was irresponsibly published. We need to hold the mainstream media accountable for their deceit. Do you believe that the New York Times is completely fake news? Let America know. Now, the public can see for themselves just how sneaky and conniving leftist news media outlets are. What do you think of the New York Times attempt to mock Trump? Share this on Facebook and let us know because we want to hear your voice. Your voice, exposed, anti-Trump mayor connected to major terrorist group. Should he be arrested? Berkeley, California has long been a safe space for far-left nonsense. However, since the election of Donald